Yeah. Travel rap. Skip. You go. Travel rap. Yeah. Travel rap. Yeah. It's the Travel Rap Podcast.
What's really good, y'all, and welcome to the Travel Rap Podcast, the place where the art of storytelling meets the world of travel. I am your host, Frank Nitt, and for today's destination, we're going to Montreal, Canada. And today's episode is going to be somewhat of a somber episode, deals with serious subject matter, but it also deals with, the show must go on, and, when traveling and being in places, you got to be careful because you really never know what you're going into. So, we're in Canada. At the time, my brother Dank, big shout out to my brother Dank, was touring around Canada. And we had a show in Montreal. And we was driving from Toronto to Montreal. Now, at this particular time, cell phones were around, but they didn't have all of the instant messaging. It wasn't like 24/7 find out what's going on right now at any given place type of situation, right? So it was really for text messages and phone calls, and that was really about it, right? So at any rate, um, so we're driving, and it's like a 5 hour drive or so from Toronto to Montreal. So we're driving up, and when we left, everything was good, everybody was good. We piled up the vehicles, and we were on our way, right? And so as we're driving, again, no inkling of anything going down that was out of the ordinary. But when I tell you, we pulled up to the hotel, and as we got to the hotel, it was police everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Dozens of cars, dozens of actual officers in and out of the hotel, all around the hotel, down the block. It was crazy, right? Had no clue what was going on. Wasn't even sure we wanted to get out the van and go into the hotel. But as we begin to go in the hotel, we start to get what actually happened. And what happened was there was a mass shooting at a college. And our hotel happened to be a block away from the college and where the shooting took place. And our hotel was basically ground zero for the cops. So it was where they was stationed at, and they had all of their, lieutenants and sergeants and the big guys there kind of directing what was going on the scene. And like it was one of the most chaotic things I had ever seen in my life. And it was kind of scary because we didn't know what was what. Come to find out, the actual committer of the crime had DOA'd itself on the scene. So by the time we got there, everything was over, but people were injured, and it was just chaotic, right? And it was like we were kind of just there, not knowing what to do, what to go on. So we just went to our rooms and chilled out, got out the way, right? So later on, you know, the city was still kind of open. Everything was open, but the people were in shock, understandably, right? So all the people were like, in their homes and with their loved ones, which is where they were supposed to be. And but we were there to do a show. So of course, contractually we have to play our part. And we go to the venue, right? And again, we right next to a college, So in any other circumstance, the show would have been packed and it would have been crazy and it would have been, one of those nights. But in this particular circumstance, when we got there was literally just the staff, and even all the staff was just like, you know, just kind of zombies, man. Just kind of, just moving around, going through the paces. Because again, it was, just a shock to the city like that, right? So, so we get there, we mess around for a minute, and literally one person came in there. So it was one person who bought a ticket and was supposed to come to the show, and all these tickets had been sold. The people just didn't come; they just stayed in the house. So the one dude that came out that bought a ticket, it was one guy and the staff of the bar. And shout out to my brother Dank, man. We got up there and ran through our whole set for the staff and the one guy. And it just felt like the right thing to do. It felt like it in some little way it could ease these people, right? And just let their mind go to something else for a minute, right? And man, we rocked this show, and the people in that building, you would have thought it was 100 million people in that building, because that's how overwhelming the love and the appreciation was from those 15 folks in the building, right? But I think it was just important that because nothing we could do for real, right? But in our small little way, that was us playing our part, because we could have easily said, "Oh no, we're not there, we're scared," right? Nah, we're gonna rock out for the people that's there to rock out for, man. And like I said, that it goes back to what I said in the beginning. Sometimes the show must go on, man. Big shout out to all the people and all the law enforcement. Everybody was involved in that situation. Super tragic situation. I hope everybody was able to heal and get help for whatever they needed. But yeah, man. Travel Rap Podcast. The boy Frank Nitt. You know what it is, man. Just hey, when you're moving around this world, be careful, man. It gets serious, and sometimes you got to do things in those moments that you probably wouldn't expect yourself to do. So yeah, man. Travel Rap Podcast. The boy Frank Nitt. Peace.
Yeah. Travel rap. Skin. We go. Travel rap. Yeah. Travel rap. Yeah. It's the Travel Rap Podcast.